Hello, everyone. It's me, Lucky, and I'm going to be talking about resilience. This may have content that is very triggering for people who are facing depression, suicide, or any type of self-harming thoughts. So, if you are that type of person, I highly suggest you to get off of this video because I am going to be talking about very dark subject matters. But it is a really good lesson if you are looking out for help or somebody who has been in your situation and highlighting it in a positive light. So, resilience is a skill that is learned, not taught. Resilience is pretty much that like spoon theory, but pretty much instead of being like, I'm out of spoons, it's reflecting on reflecting on is reflecting on and learning from the time where you use everything up in the tank and what you learn from that to make you a stronger and better person. It's really hard to explain. Um, when I was going through an eating disorder, I had to fight tooth and nail to get off of my medication. And that's where I learned resilience. Because when you are taking a medication that is legitimately killing you, um, it's it's about what I learned from it and made me a stronger person and made me realize that I can pretty much conquer anything. Again, I went through withdrawals. I fought bulimia due to my medication, and I have decided probably I'm going on FMLA because my boss is triggering myself so bad, and it's like I don't have that resilience right now to deal with a manager who is legitimately just killing me as a person, and I just can't keep on giving my 100% where my 100% right now is 1% because so much stuff is happening, but it's teaching me resilience. Right now, my current resilience is right now building myself back up. You know, my father had a stroke. My father has cancer. My grandparents' health are not doing that well. My dog is getting up to that age where she's starting to have arthritis and all that stuff. So again, right now I am using the resilience that I learned from my eating disorder, and I'm strengthening it. Now, again, when people are suicidal, they don't think about how can I do better or how can I build myself. When you are at that point of low, there is no way to build yourself up. And that's why my Sona is a phoenix. That's why I have a phoenix on me to remind me when I am at my lowest low, I can rise from the ashes and go up. That's why I relate so much to Mulaney songs. Every time she releases a song, I relate to it. Miss Potato Head is a song about trying to change yourself to fit into a standard. I got into the porn industry because a lot of people thought I was a trans man because I talk too much. A lot of people in my workplace still make fun of it. But something that I learned from the porn industry is that I don't like people sexually. But it's something that I'm very proud of. People say, inappropriate things, but it's just like, I know what's a red flag in a man. I know what's a red flag in a woman because if they talk about your genitalia, run. But again, I learned that from that resilience when I was called a trans man and all that stuff. Another song that I relate to is Mad Hatter, where these doctors will prescribe you these pills. These doctors will do things and you just listen to them and you just slowly lose who you are by taking those medications, and you're just destroying yourself. And I just don't want to be that mad hatter. Like, I don't want to lose who I am. And right now, I realize I'm losing who I am. I used to craft all the time. And right now, I need to stop putting my job in front of something that helps me destimulate. And I need to start doing this more often. So hopefully this does do better, and I can show my resilience. Teach. I don't know if it can be taught, but something that I learned um, from Void. Sheesh. Right now, I relate a lot to Pluto, but a song that is another song that I have to say is Evil. Evil is pretty much people know who I am. When I walk up, you know that I'm a warm, bubbly, kind person. When you walk up to me, you know I'm going to be who you expect to be. I am that person where you see my energy, I'm an open book, and that's what evil is. You see who the person is. And right now I'm going through so much destruction, so that's why I'm relating to Pluto right now. But I feel like evil's a little bit more who I am, because of how I am. Um, and her newest album, I have to say, this is a cult. If you did not know this, there was a short time where I was in a furry cult. If you do not know, you know. I don't talk about the situation because it makes a lot of my makers upset and also makes me upset and reminds me of a very dark period of my life where I was in a very bad negative situation and I was getting manipulated into situations that I did not want to be in, and I was told not to do things in situations where I shouldn't. But again, that all those situations taught me different types of things to be resilient of. And this job right now is just right now I don't have like everything in my toolkit, you know, I have to take a break. I have to stop working for a bit. I have to focus on myself. I know in this economy it's a stupid idea, but I'm gonna go on medical leave and try to fix myself. If not, um, I do have something lined up just in case if my boss decides this is it. I have had it with you. You're gone. Um, and it's really funny because I give actual good advice. I always teach people, but again, resilience is that skill that is not learned. It's learned, not taught. But hopefully, my story inspires somebody to reach out and get help because I'm now reaching out and getting help. And it's just, it just sucks because I have never had a manager that managed to break me. Like, I have had managers where, like, they slightly piss me off and it's perfectly fine, but this manager just keeps on going and going. And I just cannot turn off the work switch. And it's just how constantly I'm thinking about work, how worried I'm about work, how many times he has written me up over fucking bullshit. I've just, I just have to put myself in front of my job. I can't. Right now, I have to get better resilience. I have to take a break and do what's good for me and learn from that and talk about that resilience when I learn about it. But right now, my toolkit is telling me to take a break. When it's time to take a break, you know it's time to take a break. Reach out, get help. Don't hurt yourself, don't harm yourself. Find someone that you trust that can help you, that has better resilience than you, that can help you build your resilience. Instead of hurting yourself, reach out for help. And that's my talk about resilience. Love you guys. Bye.